Kyrie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. So consider this part 2 of talking about Holy Family. Since there's no saint today on the 30th of December, let's call this the homily that wasn't. When I was thinking about what I was going to preach about for Holy Family, I was going to start with a story, and this may take multiple 5 minutes to go through. Although I think the homily was only planning on being about 10 minutes long, that I plotted out and everything. So this was an incident that happened a number of years ago in the office here at IHM. I was sitting in my office and one of our staff members came in, Pat, and was talking to Laura and I guess it was Marilyn at the time, who was secretary, about how much my sister Jane reminded her of my mom. So this was probably about 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. And I came out of the office laughing and I said, just a decade ago, my sister probably would have felt insulted by that comparison. And I think Pat asked, well, why is that? I said, well, Mom's got a mental disorder. She's bipolar. And Mom never understood why a lot of us kids, even though Dad was an alcoholic, we'd rather deal with the alcoholic than the bipolar person. Like, Mom was on her meds, they had varying results of stability and emotional stuff. There was still definite extreme mood swings and movements and Mom. And Sean Miller came out of his office lab, goes, well, that explains you a lot, that you're the product of alcoholism and bipolar. And I laugh, and that is true. But it's something I've made peace with, and I've really tried to understand and appreciate. I think that's one of the hardest things about family life is, one, we all need to spend more time thinking about ourselves in the right way. And here's what I mean. What shaped me? What are the things that make me think and feel the way I do? What are the habits that have been passed on from my parents that I've accepted that are good? What are the habits that have been passed on that are bad that I've accepted? And how can I re-examine those? And a lot of times, we as individuals do not re-examine them. Our thinking on ourselves in the bad way is generally, what do I want? How can I get my way with things? That is by far the worst type of thinking about yourself. And we're all predisposed to do it because of sin. To be selfish and think, well, what do I want? What do I feel? My feelings are facts. And that's a lie. Your feelings are a reaction, sometimes based on massive, massive distortions of perception and reality or expectation. And it took a long time to make peace and to understand, and view my mom's emotional mental disorder with some patience and compassion, and to really understand where my dad was coming from and his brokenness in life. They're both very broken people, but I don't know anybody who isn't broken. But if you want to have relationships with people, you have to own up to your stuff that you're doing, and they have to do the same. And it's not easy, because all these little games we play as people that make it very difficult. And it took a lot of time, took a lot of spiritual direction. It took going to Al-Anon meetings, and I'm very thankful that the last decade of my father's life, he was sober, and he was working his program, and it was very good. And I got to know him, and love Dad, and be thankful for Dad. And I'm thankful that for 8 years, Mom lived with me, and I got to know her better and appreciate her, kind of help stabilize her. We had our moments. She'd get in snits about things, but really to appreciate where they're coming from And then knowing myself, I'm the product of all this. So I've got my own inclinations and, problems that needed to be worked out. And it is hard to develop patience and maturity and charity and reflection in our world. But if you want happy relationships, you better do it. Otherwise, you will be the victim of yourself most of your life, and that's a crying shame. Anyway, maybe more tomorrow on Families. Merry Christmas, friends, and thanks for listening.